Good evening, everyone. Just as a reminder, our mics aren't working in this room tonight, but still please turn them on when you're discussing things so they can record for media vision. But with that, welcome to General Assembly. I'm glad to see you all in your red shirts today, and we'll take attendance.
All right. Good evening. Representative Begat. Representative Han. Representative Wang. Representative Matthews. Representative In. Representative Mikowski. Representative Owaputi. Representative Redensik. Representative Smith. Representative Dorbeck. Representative Lee. Representative Hoffman. Representative Lupton. Representative Cummins. Representative Zoltan. Representative Renard. Representative Schilla. Representative Beckett. Representative Fernandez. Representative McCachran. Representative Irizarry. Representative Iannitti. Representative Lux. Representative Hong. Andrew Brown. Skylar Thompson. Mai Sagawa. Speaker Pulaski.
Present.
Treasurer Shaw. Treasurer Moser. Parliamentary Brubaker.
Present.
Vice President Malone. Vice President Bell. Vice President Hamilton. Vice President Downey. Vice President Agarwal. And President Nguyen. Wonderful.
And just as a reminder, there are to be no laptops in GA with the exception of Doug, who's running the PowerPoint, our PR committee, and our observer correspondent, and Kevin, obviously. Are there any guests with us tonight? Please stand and introduce yourself. We'll start from the left side. Or my left, I'm sorry, your right side. Okay, and with that, it's time for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
President Nguyen.
Okay, so I'll try and speak up if you guys can't hear me. Welcome to your third week of classes. It's gone by so fast. I feel like I'm going to start graduating already. But just a couple things for my end. You'll see there a list of co-sponsorships that the executive board had passed in the previous two meetings that we've had. That's basically, if you have any questions about the amounts or anything that you can talk to the executive board members separately. My only other item on there is that I wanted to let you guys know about, I've recently been contacted by the Ohio Department of Transportation. They are currently working on a project in which they call the C3 or 3C project. It's going to be a transit system for the state of Ohio, basically the residents, connecting Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, and Dayton, which is not a C, but I mean, we'll ignore that. So the project is forthcoming, so they're very excited about it. They want to get in contact with us to kind of help, get feedback, promote it and see what the student use is going to be. The stop that's going to be in Cleveland is about 6 miles away from campus, so it's fairly close if you can take the health line or whatnot. So I don't know what they want from us yet, but I will be in contact with him, and I'll let you guys know if they say wanted a focus group or more students involved or whatnot. So that's all I have. I am open to points.
The location for the stop would be 6 miles from campus approximately.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a
I do not have a specific location. He did not send me one. I could probably look it up. We'll see.
Any other points for the speaker? Thank you, President Nguyen. Vice President Agrawal.
Hello, GA. First and foremost, the Campus Safety Fair was today, and I think it was a success. I want to thank Representatives Keith Lupton, Alicia Beckett, Seon Hong, Jaewon In, Peggy Moser, Kevin Moeller, Ashley Wade, Emily Hoffman for coming out and volunteering their time. I really could not have done it without them. Keith and Ashley were there and figured out how to get that cotton candy machine working. I couldn't have done it without them. So I think we are now all cotton candy making experts. And for one, I had fun getting completely covered in cotton candy and watch it fly everywhere. There really was no escaping that. I have some great pictures, and I think the students really enjoyed having that treat for them on the quad coming out of class. So thank you again for those who volunteered their time. Next, I have some information regarding some dining hall concerns that some of you brought up in GA last week. I did meet up with Jim O'Brien, and I do have some information. As far as dining hall hours go, when the main hall is not open from 2 to 5, L3 is in operation. So that is an option. When the main hall is closed, they are serving the meal bundles that you can just take up to your room, that you can take wherever you want. The hall does close every night at 8. On Friday and Saturday, however, it also closes at 8. I don't know if you remember last year it closed at 7:30, so there's an additional half an hour of operation. Every night they close at 8 p.m. now. Mr. O'Brien was saying that there are now actually more hours of operation for Leutner this year than there have been in the past. Although it may not seem that way, they are up and running. And I can address some more of those concerns about hall hours afterwards if you want me to. Second, someone asked about the feedback wall. It has been there since the opening day. The feedback wall has been there. You just enter from the main entrance where you swipe, and it's in the right. You enter and it's kind of hidden on the right, but it's there. Also, as far as compostable products go, they have looked into it, but the only issue is that CWRU does not have the means to appropriately dispose of compostable products. That's a whole nother system for disposing of special compostable corn-based products, which CWRU does not have at the moment. But Mr. O'Brien is part of the Climate Action Control Committee of this university, and so he is really interested in seeing what ways he can make Bon Appetit a more sustainable business. And last, I have a meeting this Thursday at 6 p.m. I had one last week. Representative Ian Nitty was with me. It was great, but I was still very lonely. So please come to my meeting on 6 p.m. on Thursday. I'm open to points.
Any points for Vice President Agrawal? Yes, Mr. Thompson.
Mr. O'Brien, give an explanation for the 8 o'clock closing time.
I mean, he's kind of offsetting it by closing the hall at 8 on Friday and Saturday as well.
Yeah, the hours still around.
However, L3 is now open till 10, which it wasn't before. So the main hall closed at 8, but L3 is open an additional hour.
Representative Durbeck.
Were there any concerns with what time it opens on the weekend?
It still opens at 10:30 a.m.
Yeah, like even before.
10:30 a.m. late.
Any other points? Thank you, Vice President Agrawal.
Thanks.
Vice President Downey.
I would just like to start out by saying I'm really loving the not dressing up the shirts, so snaps to everyone who did that. But I just want to highlight a couple points in my committee report. The first being that we finished up this past weekend the internal audit of all the fundraised accounts. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. But if you do, you can tell groups. If groups have questions, you can ask, of course, direct them to me. But the short of it is that groups fundraise money, and then they deposit the money with us for safekeeping. It doesn't cost them a dime. It's really easy for them and us. And that audit is now complete. Some groups went up, some groups went down, but now we're fully correct according to all the paperwork we have, and those account balances are now online. That's the biggest thing. I would also like to say that the Finance Committee has had free food events last 2 Fridays, so it's a pretty good committee meeting to come to if you guys are hungry. Let's get that in there. Open up points.
Representative Begat. Oh, saw that hand first. Sorry.
Is the speaker aware that he may be one of the only speakers in the history of USG to give a board report barefoot?
Which is not business casual, for the record. Representative Shillow.
Friday at 12:30. It's on the board report too.
Any other points? Is there a treasurer update? Treasurer Moser?
Yes. Just that we'll probably have a board report coming out next week, so be excited for it. Open to points.
Any points for the treasurer? Okay. Vice President Hamilton.
Hi, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your Labor Day weekend. I know I did. I guess something that I forgot to add to my board report was the Office of Undergraduate Studies is currently conducting a search for a new assistant dean to replace Joseph Pieri. It's getting towards the closing part of the search. There have been now 4 candidates chosen, all of them from outside of Case. And they will be coming to the campus over the later half of September. The reason I'm bringing this up is because during these visits, they would like to have it students eating dinner, or excuse me, not dinner, lunch with the assistant dean candidates. So I'm going to send out an email after GA asking if anyone's interested. The time would be from noon to 1 or noon to 12:45. I believe it would be at Leutner, but I'm going to try to change that to the Case Club. Yeah, I'm open to points.
Representative Begat.
Is this search separate from the pre-health advisor search, or is this the same?
Yes, this is separate. Although I'm sure we'll have to do this for the pre-health advisor search as well. So.
Vice President Downey.
What do you think the turnout's going to be if you do have it at Case Club? I know it's a nicer venue, but as far as like students knowing where it is and actually just students knowing about it.
Oh, well, specifically, this invitation isn't open to the public that I'm making right now. I'm inviting people here in this room. That's why. You know, I think it'd be great if I could just invite anyone to it, but I realize that there'd sort of be a disconnect with the fact that I might not know anyone eating lunch with me except for the potential candidate. So that's why, you know, I'm only going to send out the email to the General Assembly listserv, and it's not going to be something open to the public. All right.
Any other points? Okay. Vice President Bell.
Not too much to report on today. If you haven't gotten your shirts, obviously get one. Apparently Mintry hid them in the cabinet, so we had to break into the cabinet to get them, but oh well. We have a meeting scheduled with Arlette. Well, we need to schedule the meeting with Arlette for some Pizza Olympics. We reserved the 1914 lounge in the ballroom, so that's going to be on the 29th, 12:30 to 2. So get excited because Pizza Olympics is awesome. October, Halloween weekend. Other than that, what's I going to say? Liz, newsletter. Come on up. Don't be shy. Come on.
Hi, guys. This is just a general thing for the newsletter for VPs or any other representative that wants something important that they think that should go in the newsletter. For the general blurbs, they can be anything from hey, there's this event going on, here's the date, here's the information, to general like update, like we've been working on this. If you have input, please email me, things like that. So if you think it's important, email me and I'll see if we, generally have room and can like put it in there. If I think things are off towards your committee or something, I'll email you and talk with you about it. But if you think it's important to your committee, you want it to go out there, just send it to me or Jared. For word count wise, we're looking for 50 to 75 words, just so we have enough room for everything else. So, and hopefully you like the next issue that comes out.
Any points for the speakers? Representative Lupton.
What did you say you need these, like, this is a bi-weekly?
Yes, they're going to go out every other week. So this week they're going to go out. I'll try to make some kind of schedule so at least you guys can see what days are going out. But the Sunday before, the Tuesday that they go out, is when I need all the information. So.
Any other points?
One last thing. We added, thanks to Elena, we added the intramural events to the Google Calendar for USG. So if you're not on that, I guess I'll send around a sheet and then I'll add you guys during later, and then you can show up with so it'll show up on my phone when we have a game now, which is pretty cool. So open to points.
Representative Wang.
This year. Sorry, representative of the week.
Yes, once we have new representatives, we will work on that.
Representative Lupton.
Yeah, when is the intramural?
The first game is, let me look at my phone.
Is it Wednesday at 9:30?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's one, I think, Thursday.
And I think it's on Freiburger. So I think, are we going to send out an email for everybody?
We'll probably send out an email, yeah, as a reminder. But, yep. Very cool.
Just one suggestion, perhaps we could have a costume contest at Pizza Olympics.
Costume contest?
If it's Halloween week. Could be fun.
It's debatable.
Dress up like a pizza. Vice President Maloney.
Hi everyone. Hope you're all having a good third week of classes. We didn't have an IT committee meeting this past week due to Labor Day, but at the meeting last week, the main topic of discussion was printing concerns. Students still want more reliability out of the print-to-hear services. Sometimes the printers are, the printer in the village doesn't have a lock and people steal paper. Sometimes they're just down. So while the service has improved, students would still like to see improvements there. More free printing in Nord per semester was also brought up, and also the merging of the print-to-hear and Nord funding systems, but due to the history of the two services, I don't think that will be feasible. Other than that, I've been busy setting up the online election system for tomorrow, so there's that. I'd just like to remind everyone that my committee meetings are 6 to 7 Monday in the USG office. My office hours are 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can get in touch with me then or email me. And finally, this isn't on the agenda, but I just learned about an announcement that I think is kind of exciting that I want to share with you guys. A new firewall rule has gone into effect that should no longer ban users of Steam and other online games that use similar sorts of services. So you can now play Steam games without getting banned from the internet for an hour. And yeah, so that should be fun. Okay, open to points.
Any points for the speaker? Representative
Lupton.
Yeah, how does the SEC referendum look online? Is everybody happy? Is everything set?
I haven't received any complaints about it.
I've sent a formal, I guess, draft of it to the SEC groups, and I haven't had any remarks from it. So I'm guessing from what it looks like now, it's fine. So I hope
follow up. So tomorrow at 8 a.m. elections start. So we have this. Is there going to be an automated email that's sent out?
I'm actually going to send out the emails tonight after I get back from GA.
And then everything's going to be open tomorrow at 8 o'clock?
Everything will open automatically tomorrow at 8.
Okay, and then shut off at Thursday at 11:59?
I actually set it up to shut off midnight on the 10th, but...
That's fine. 1 minute, give them extra time.
Vice President Bell.
So the firewall, is that in effect now? Or
It is in effect now. You should be able to use Steam without getting network banned.
But you should not.
But
be
not
playing
right now. Don't do it. Don't do it now. Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Well, yes. Yes,
Any
that
other
should be in
points for
effect
the
right now.
speaker? Okay, thank you, Vice President Maloney. With that, we'll move into an elections update. Commissioner Lupton, do you have an update for us?
As an update, we have 30 freshmen running for USG. Amazing. Yeah. So great job, committee. Everybody filled out their campaign agreement form, and there has been no complaints, no errors, and no concerns as of yet. So yeah. Open to points.
Any Vice President Hamilton?
I'm wondering if there are any presidential calls that don't have any.
No, everything's at the end of Thursday. We're gonna have a position filled for all freshmen.
Great.
Any other points for the election commissioner? Okay, with that, we'll move into caucus reports. Are there any caucuses who have an update for us? Okay, you will all have updates after this weekend, which will be very exciting. So we're now on to old business. Are there any additional nominations for the Francis Payne Bolton School of Nursing representatives? Okay, elections will stay open until we do have a candidate running for the position, so talk to your friends, encourage people to run for this position. We're now into new business, or I'm sorry, is there any other old business? Representative Wang? So for new business, we have a few elections tonight. So the way this will work is we will do them school by school. So we'll accept any additional nominations. We'll then we'll have to vote and have a second to close the nominations. Each candidate will have 30 seconds to speak, followed by 1 minute for questions while the other candidates are outside of the room. And then we'll allow 5 minutes maximum for discussion. We'll vote to end discussion, and then we'll vote on the candidates by ballot. You will hold on to your ballot until the end of all 3 elections so we don't waste a lot of paper. So with that, are there any additional nominations for the College of Arts and Sciences representative? Representative Hahn. Representative Lupton.
Move to close nominations.
Okay. Andrew Brown, could you please step forward? And could Thomas, Sequi, Alice, and Wang Yang, and anyone else who is running for Arts and Sciences, please step out of the room. Okay. So Wang Yang Shim has withdrawn his nomination. So, yeah, Andrew Brown.
Andrew, come back.
You get to speak first.
If I change it on one slide, it doesn't apply to every single slide. So.
Okay, hey guys, most of you guys know me already, but if you guys don't, my name is Andrew Brown. I'm a sophomore. I was an at-large representative last year. Last year I was very productive in USG. Even at being an at-large, I was the secretary of the freshman caucus. I participated in the passage of legislation that helped with safety and blue lights on campus. And I was also probably one of the most active freshmen, even being an at-large. So this year I've already helped with the activities fair, and I've attended every GA, whether as a proxy or just as come-in. And I did not run last spring because I was concerned. Now I'm also an RA this year, so I was concerned about balancing the 2 aspects but I feel now that I've gotten into my position and I feel I can balance both, and I hope that I can now understand my schedule, that I can commit and use everything I learned last year to further USG and have a better year this year.
Questions for the candidate?
Open to points.
Representative Lupton.
In your letter of intent, you say encourage greater change in our institutions.
Mm-hmm.
what do you feel deems greatest change? What do you think this university needs?
Well, I'm not sure what exactly the greatest change is for the university because a lot of things are already have the ball rolling, but some of the things that have not been tackled yet that I'd like to see worked on would be the perception of USG around the school, because we were kind of seen as like a nebulous, like higher figure that people don't really connect to, as well as portion size at the dining halls. I mean, some of the cooks are very good with it, but some are not. So just working on getting smaller portion sizes to help students be healthier.
Any other questions? Secretary Mueller.
I know you've done student life committee in the past, but based on what you just said, it sounds like you'd also be excellent on the public relations committee.
I was actually thinking about doing it this year, so.
Okay. Thank you, Andrew. Could you send Thomas in, please? We're very limited on time. I'm very sorry. Thomas Kuznikar. Oh, okay. Then we'll go with Sequi. Cecilia.
Hi everyone, my name is Cecilia Lee. I'm a second-year psychology major. Of course, I'm in the arts and science school. And quick reasons I want to be involved as a rep for arts and science is because I had an absolutely amazing first year. I was very involved in ELP and other, clubs as Quinonia, and then I really enjoyed all the USG activities. It was crazy fun, and I just realized that there's so many details and invisible hands that goes into the planning, and USG is certainly a great part of it, and it will be an honor to be able to work and have a share of my idea contributed into this. My leadership experience with LINK, which is Liberty in North Korea, it's a brand new club. As a president, I did lots of organizing, promoting, and recruiting members. Also I did the international ambassador, so I have lots of experience with different cultures and absolutely enjoyed it with the rest of the international ambassador and leaders. I think the main point is that students first, and you make them feel welcome, and all these activities and clubs is all for a reason. It's for students to find a spot where they can feel comfortable, and I would love again place USG as one of the priority in my calendar. So,
questions for Cecilia? Representative Thompson.
As the president of a club, I'm sure you're aware of what the finance committee does, but are you aware of what the other committees do, and do you want to join?
Yes, I am actually getting my hands into, I've talked to Colin about the finance. I am aware of other committees such as, academic, and there's no one preference yet. I'm very leaning towards associating with students, like more interaction, so wherever that my interest leads to. So,
Representative Vice President Hamilton.
Looks to me like you're involved around.
Yes.
Is there any concern by you about time management?
Absolutely not. When I was managing my calendar, I actually prioritize USG as a main, time-consuming part, and that's extremely willing on my part. I am involved, yes, but those are just, it comes in orders, and USG there's no concerns.
Thank you, Cecilia. You can step outside and we'll send in Alice now, please. Alice, be the last.
Hi, I'm Alice Law. I'm a second-year economics major, and last year I was on the Mistletoe College Council, and in high school I was secretary of the Mayor's Youth Council. And through these organizations, I really enjoy meeting new people and being a part of student life, and really being able to communicate any opinions and concerns to help better the community. And my ideas are my main ideas, if I were a representative, would be to communicate to the administration that we want more keynote speakers to come to campus, and to also make convocation a more widespread event.
Any questions for Alice? Representative Bagat.
Is there any reason you didn't apply in the spring for USG?
I did apply in the spring.
Oh.
Yeah.
My mistake. Sorry.
Representative Lupton.
You made a comment. I would bring new ideas that would make the piece more enjoyable. Speakers. Do you have any other ideas?
My other one was just making convocation a more widespread event, really getting freshmen to go to it.
Any other questions? Representative Hahn.
I was thinking either maybe finance committee, maybe.
Thank you, Alice. We need to go silent now, and And do we have sound back? Okay.
Hi, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Becca Rosenberger. I'm a sophomore in the Case School of Engineering program. I'm a civil engineering major. After 1 year here at Case, I've kind of, 1 year under my belt, I've kind of seen like what goes wrong here at the university in terms of like student life and what goes well. In terms of like leadership experience, I've participated in the ELP program, and I've had training with the challenges that leaders can face. 3 reasons why I think I would be a good representative is I have the time for USG. I know that there's 3 meetings, and it does take some time out of your week, but I won't have any overlapping commitments, so USG will not come second to anything. I have the dedication to follow through on projects that I will be assigned. Hopefully, I have interest in joining the PR committee, and I'm also an active student. I voted for USG. I voted for some of you that are in this room right now, and I've also voted for RHA. I attend events. I was at the Campus Safety Festival today, so.
Questions for Ms. Rosenberger? Vice President Downing.
With PR, I guess just like getting the word out there more, like finding out why students who don't go to USG events don't go.
Representative Cummins?
What? The engineering caucus? Not specifically.
I'm sorry, I don't know your last name. Okay.
Actually, yes. I had a lot of commitments over the Labor Day weekend.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you, Becca. If you could please leave the room. Because we have 1 candidate, we're going to allow 2 minutes for discussion, and we're going to go media vision silent. So we need to have a motion to close nominations. If you are so inclined. Representative Dorbeck. Okay. Is there a second? Okay, nominations are now closed. We currently have Joe Wang, Amy Kai, and Marilyn Dell running for Weatherhead School of Management. So Joe will be first, if you could take the podium. If Amy and Mira could please step out of the room. Vice President Maloney. One.
Hi. Hi. Is it working?
It is working.
Oh, it's off. Okay.
You'll just have
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is Joe Wang, and I'm currently a sophomore here, and I'm majoring in management and also economics. So the main reason I want to join USG is that I really like to be involved. Not only do I want to be an individual in this campus, I also want to make an impact and make a difference. I also want to join USG because I really like the idea that USG puts forth, which is students first. And I really like how, I would really like to, for students to be able to really connect with the rest of campus and the administration, basically those who have the means to change any issues around campus. For example, just one quick example of that would be last year, I know at the end of the year, myself as well as many other people that I know had issues with the sudden change in the meal swipe policy, where I usually sometimes at the end of the week like to go to L3 and get some Sobeys or whatever because I didn't use up my meal swipes in time. And I know that toward the end of the year they actually suddenly changed it to only 3 meal swipes or something like that. Actually, they only changed it to 1 for a week or so. So that was one instance where I felt like that was something that immediately impacted me as well as some of my peers, and I just felt like that was an instance where I feel like there really is a need for an organization like USG that makes change possible with issues like these. Some of my leadership experience last year, right now I'm currently the RHA Community Service Representative, and last year I was in AAA. I was on the Fellowship Leadership Team, and besides that, I was very active and involved in high school, as you can see. And I won't list all the details. It is in my letter of intent, but I was very involved, and I would like to continue making an impact.
Okay, and that is time. We have 2 minutes for questions.
1 minute.
I'm sorry, 1 minute for questions. Representative Lupton.
You made a comment about meal plans changing, be the voice of the students, specifically with the meal plan changes, that affects the whole campus. You said something about because I want to serve the people of Weatherhead, make their voices. So what are the voices saying right now?
Well, I haven't. There isn't one pressing issue right now for Weatherhead. But what I meant by that is that really just show like that. Just I just realized how much I wanted to be involved, and of course I will only be the representative of Weatherhead, so I would not be dealing with a campus-wide issue like that. But that is just an example.
Representative Irizarry.
Do you have any ideas for the caucus as of now, just thinking what you would like to do or change to make their voices bigger in Weatherhead?
To be honest, because I wasn't involved with USG last year, I'm not exactly sure what differences there needs to be made as of right now. But I will be sure. I will assure you I will have some opinions once I join USG.
Thank you, Joe. You could step outside, and we'll send in Amy next. Amy.
Hi everyone, my name is Amy. I am a junior at Case this semester. I am majoring in accounting and I have a minor in finance. My leadership experience, I was a treasurer for the Carleton Community Council last semester in the spring. And I've also led team projects in my management courses, and I've been really involved in my classes. I believe I have resourcefulness, reliability, and an open mind, and I can make a strong commitment to USG. I don't really have like a president or a vice president role in any other clubs, so I could dedicate most of my time here. And also, if I am elected, I would really like to, for Weatherhead, I feel like there's a little bit of a gap between Weatherhead and the main campus, just maybe because of the distance or because it feels like Weatherhead students are just very unique in their experience as a whole. And I wish that we could develop more programs, get people more excited about Weatherhead on the quad, and give more general awareness to minors in Weatherhead. If you want to just do an econ minor, accounting major is great. And also maybe I noticed that there are a lot of international students. I've spoken with a couple, and just this year I've already gotten lots of requests because my English, and I'm also bilingual, so I feel like there's a need developing where the international students feel like they can only depend on each other, and they don't know who to ask for help sometimes. And if the professor if it's difficult for them to understand his English and they need help after class, then I feel like there's something that could be done there.
Okay, and questions for the speaker? Representative Lupton.
I think I have a creativity. I'm very curious about things. I like to explore things. And I feel like I'm also reliable. If I say I'm going to be there, I will be there. I'm timely. I don't know.
Representative Matthews.
I'd really like for there to be more of a presence for Weatherhead on the quad. Just because we're not there in body, we could be there still. And I see the Case School of Engineering advertising at Weatherhead, but I feel like we don't really advertise there. So if we have programs at Weatherhead, I want people to come. And if it's free pizza at Weatherhead, it's free for everyone, We have free coffee every morning.
Thank you, Amy. If you could step outside. And we'll send in Mira next.
Hello everyone, my name is Marilyn Dell and I am currently a junior pre-law student majoring in management and minoring in philosophy. I believe I am qualified for this position because I've held past experience in leadership. Specifically in high school, I was a president of our National Key Club organization, and currently I am involved in the mock trial organization for undergraduate, as well as involved in sorority life being the social chair. I regret not being in USG or running for USG until now, but I truly do enjoy student government. I am interested in it, and I believe I can offer a lot of opinions and ideas into this organization, as well as put other people's ideas from the Weatherhead School of Management in as well.
Questions for the speaker? Vice President Downey.
Yeah, I was very interested in trying to get the alumni involved in the Weatherhead School of Management, people who have graduated and have experience, have connections right now, get them involved in who's in the school currently so that they can offer their advice and their opinions or connections so that they can succeed as well. Yes. Well, for social chair for my sorority, I honestly have maybe 2 mixers a semester to 3. So that's just for that week or that weekend. I'll be tied up in that, but nothing too much. And for mock trial, we have 1 to 2 meetings a week, and that's generally to my time management. They ask us our schedules, what time conflicts we have, so I can definitely work around those and it's not that time consuming. So,
Representative Pagat.
Well, I'm not specifically familiar with what an at-large does, but I would definitely consider it if I knew the qualifications and what they do.
Okay, thank you, Mira. If you could step outside.
Thank you.
And we're going to go silent again. And then we'll have 5 minutes for discussion. Okay, with that, we will move into open forum. Because of time, we're going to allot a maximum of 3 minutes for open forum tonight. Vice President Hamilton.
Stephen Lee, can you raise your hand? Thanks.
Treasurer Moser.
I've talking to friends, I've found that there's really never a good time to go to the student employment office, especially if you're a student that works a lot. Because if you're working a full-time job and going to classes, it's only open like 8 to 5. Like, I think if they could just extend maybe an extra hour, because most jobs end at 5. I just think a lot of students can't get in there when they really need to go.
I would also push for access services if someone's checking that out as well. They're 8:30 to 4. Representative Beckett. Grant. Vice President Downey.
So two things. First, the bell outside of the old parking garage that signals when the car is driving out.
It used to work, it doesn't work anymore.
That's what I mean.
And I've almost got hit by my.
Yeah, so, well, I mean, like, right.
Please raise your hands if you'd like to make a point.
Second thing is blue light. Does that mean
It's okay.
Okay, well, I mean, because like usually there's solid blue flickering.
My suggestion would be to find out which blue light it is and pass on that information to Vice President Engel. Representative In. I believe the area offices have those currently, but Representative Bagat. Suggestion for Vice President Agarwal? I believe our observer correspondent, Ms. Markoff. Representative Zoltan.
So right now,
Vice President Maloney.
I think they probably have to. I personally would like make sure that that's okay with that, because I wouldn't want them. Sometimes I'm sure we've all with professors who are very specific about how they want their things.
the idea is that a lot of
We've reached 3 minutes, so if someone wants to make a motion to extend discussion, Vice President Hamilton.
Motion to extend discussion by 2 minutes.
Okay. And we're not going to vote on that. Everyone's Vice President Downey.
Just a point on that. I think it would be a worthwhile option if it came up and asked, single or double-sided when you print it, similar to how asked for like a printing that's possible. But if that was not an option, I would want to keep it single-sided, just because there's a lot of times you really don't want double-sided, and if you're in the rush of things, I know it's an extra step, but
Representative Matthews. Grant. Representative Lupton.
Yes, so last year I was looking into alcohol use of the case card at Dave's Market, and when I was looking through some of the Blackboard, something with, I think a company Blackboard uses, right? So, but anyway, in their policies it says, you can't buy certain things. One of those certain things is gift cards, okay? And I was at the bookstore and they sell gift cards using case cash. I don't want to stop that privilege by doing more investigation. But I want to investigate it to see, can we get alcohol qualification. So that was something we talked about last year that just didn't start up in the student life committee meeting, but I really like to investigate.
Representative Thompson.
The way the case card is used off campus, it basically goes through essentially a credit card machine, and they just pay the amount they want to charge your case card. So it's up to the retailer whether they want to follow the rules or not. And so it might even be up to your individual cashier. So there's nothing really preventing them from selling you alcohol or no technical reason.
Representative Irizarry.
This is changing topic a little. Back to printing in general. I've heard some complaints from people who are not in the Weatherhead School of Management who would try to sign on to Weatherhead computers to print something in general and could not sign on. Has anybody else had a problem with that or could tell me about that?
Vice President Maloney.
Really this problem would be if their Active Directory password failed to sync. I think that would probably be what would be generating those issues. A lot of people don't realize that the rules, we have mandatory yearly password resets. And a lot of people don't realize that the Active Directory password requirements are different than the general Case ID password requirements. And so people put in a password, it will go through on their Case ID fine, it will be able to sync to Active Directory. And I think a lot of people probably just go, and shut it off.
Representative Irizarry.
So then there's no limitation or anything that you know of in Weatherhead that says Weatherhead students are the only people who can access these computers and print?
I am not sure of any restrictions about that. I would first, what I would do in troubleshooting the problem is just make sure everybody's Active Directory password is synced and then go from there. I don't know of any other.
Okay, we have reached time, so without a further motion, we are now into our advisors report.
Oh, actually, thank you. I wanted to thank you. I know everybody was very excited, but I really want to give that
Okay, and announcements. President Wynn.
I have a couple of announcements, but actually before I start that, I would like to thank all of the running representatives who are running on the elections. Regardless of what the results are, I think all of you guys are really qualified candidates. I hope that you look into our at-large rep position if you do not get an elected position today, because the way you stood up there and answered the questions that we delivered, I think was incredible, and that we really need people like you in this organization. So please consider that if you are not elected today. One quick thing for the GA representatives. Retreat schedule. I sent you guys out a tentative retreat schedule this past weekend. I will send you out a second one. We had a discussion with the camp to kind of mull out a couple of details. So a little time change here and there, but the basic idea is that you just have to be in Twing at 10 a.m. on Saturday, so that hasn't changed. And lastly, does everyone know that you have access to the GA calendar? Does everyone here have access to the GA calendar, the USG GA calendar? If not, you can find the USG GA calendar on our website using the links on the left side handbar that say calendar and events or whatnot. But if you don't have the GA calendar, please contact me or VP Maloney, and we'll make sure that you have sharing rights. That's all. Thank you.
Representative Begat.
The Emerging Leaders Program is looking for mentors. You don't have to have been an ELP member previously. Anyone who's a sophomore or higher up can apply. I think everyone in USC are strong candidates. I'll email out a link later on with the flyer as well, but I would recommend applying. The application is due on the 20th. So, any questions?
Colleen.
set up and
Representative Thompson.
If you're interested in practical engineering, group forming between a lot of engineering groups on campus. If you're interested in doing stuff that not necessarily covered in class, but actually applies in real life, and even if you're not an engineering student, email me. I'll get you hooked up. We usually meet on Saturday. Classes, we have a pretty good.
Any other announcements? Okay, our congratulations to our new representatives. Mintry Wynn was nominated for all caucuses, but unfortunately did not succeed. So our new arts and sciences representatives, congratulations to Andrew Brown, Cecilia Lee, and Alice Law. Our engineering representative, Becca Rosenberger, and our Weatherhead School of Management representative, Marilyn Dell. So a round of applause for all of those people. Also, a reminder, please talk to your friends who are in the School of Nursing. We would love to get your nominations over the week so that we can have elections next week, hopefully. So talk to those friends of yours. Representative Bagat. See you on Saturday.